Trains, for whatever reason, have always been closely associated with Christmas. Whether you believe it's the Polar Express or just some good marketing from model train companies, something about the holiday season makes you want to hop aboard an old steamer with a mug of hot chocolate and watch the world go by. As such, many places often run Christmas train rides over the holidays. But in the US, many department stores thought, why settle for a Christmas railway when you could have a Christmas monorail? In 1867, William Loudon patented an overhead monorail system for use on farms, moving hay and other heavy objects around large barns. It was a simple system and eventually was adapted for many industrial uses during the First World War. Afterwards, many workshops and machinery manufacturers installed these monorails for use in their factories, with many plants finding them ideal during the Second World War for material handling. In the mid-1940s, Clinton Clark, who worked at the Milwaukee-Boston store, got an idea from the store's president to build a suspended train ride that would travel above the toy department, keeping floor and wall space free for the displays. Clark designed a monorail using Loudon's rail system and built custom monorail cars for children to ride in, starting his own company to sell these monorail rides called Rocket Express Systems Limited. In 1946, the Wanamaker's department store in Philadelphia was the first to open one of these monorail rides. Admission was a few cents, and the monorail would provide kids with an aerial view of all the toys in the department, traveling just a few feet above the heads of the many parents shopping below. Shortly after, a store in Chicago and Milwaukee also opened monorails to the public, these two being built over the toy departments of their respective stores. The rides proved to be an outrageous success, with many children eagerly waiting their turn for a ride, wanting to look down over the vast selection of toys from up on high. For parents, it was also a relief too, as it meant they had a moment to either get some essential shopping done or have a break from their kids while their kids were making some fond Christmas memories. In subsequent years, many more of these Christmas monorails appeared in other department stores all over the United States, with some proving to be so popular, certain stores had to close their monorails after a few days due to how overcrowded the toy departments became. By the 1970s, 22 Christmas monorails existed across the US, with the Rocket Express company now leasing rides to shopping malls over the Christmas period as temporary installments. As expected, not every child behaved themselves on these rides, with some kids leaning out of the windows to get a better view of the store, while others took to dropping pennies, popcorn, or other objects on unfortunate shoppers below. Most of the monorails were fitted with wires across the windows to keep the kids from causing too much trouble, but this still didn't stop them from spitting through the bars or squirting people with water pistols. Despite the pain some children caused, these monorails became a staple attraction at many department stores, with some stores running them during other holidays throughout the year, simply redecorating the monorail cars to be more Christmas themed during the winter. Unfortunately, even with their success and the fond memories they made, the Christmas monorails weren't destined to stick around forever. By the 80s, shopping styles had changed. The introduction of shopping malls took most holiday traffic away from the cities and towards the suburbs, and as such, many department stores began to struggle. The few that were built in malls acted as a fun holiday attraction, but slowly rolling past storefronts didn't have the same appeal as looking down over rows upon rows of toys like the department store rides. One by one, the Christmas monorails began to disappear for their own reasons, with only a small number remaining by the early 2000s. Several of these monorail carriages have been preserved at various museums across the US, though I'm uncertain whether any of these monorails actually still exist as holiday rides today. If you want to know the locations of all the monorails, I highly recommend this video by Peter Dibble, which not only details the locations of all the Christmas monorails that ran, but also served as the inspiration for this video. They might not have quite been the Polar Express, but sailing through the air, looking down over rows and rows of toys with holiday spirit in your heart, I think it's fair to say that the Rocket Express Christmas monorails, for many kids, made memories that were perhaps just as magical. Subscribe for more.